Spider Sting!
Fighting fans rejoice. Gaming's most successful fighting mashup is back. Capcom has once again teamed up with Marvel Comics to bring us Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds. It's been over 10 years since MVC2 was released, and it's still one of the most popular fighters around. Does the third entry live up to 10 years of expectations, or should you keep playing your copy of MVC2? Here's our review. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 brings back the classic 3-on-3 action, and it remains largely unchanged from the last game. You pick your team of 3 Capcom or Marvel fighters and fight it out until either you or your opponent gets knocked out. You have a diverse array of attacks that showcase each fighter's special abilities, and after storing up enough of your hyper bar, you can unleash a devastating hyper combo. One new feature to the game is the X Factor ability, which increases your speed, damage, and healing abilities for a limited time. This can be your saving grace in some difficult battles, much like how the Ultra combos worked in Street Fighter 4. It's a nice addition that fits right into the quick-paced gameplay. The controls have been simplified this time around, making the game more accessible without compromising any depth. And if the new control scheme wasn't easy enough, newcomers have the option to select new simple controls, which allows you to use special moves and combos with only a few button presses. It goes a long way in welcoming new players, but isn't worth your time if you've played fighting games before. With all this talk about simplification, don't worry about this playing like a Wii game. Sorry Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. The game still has an incredible amount of depth for those willing to dedicate the time. There are still combos that allow you to drain half of your opponent's health without them touching the ground. And hardcore fans who have waited 10 years for this game have nothing to be afraid of. The classic sprites from MVC2 have been replaced with the new 3D style, which is reminiscent of Capcom's flagship fighter. The bold coloring and shading feel more like a comic than the inky style of Street Fighter 4, and it helps distinguish this game as a different beast. The move to 3D also allows for more camera angles and changes than the sprites did, keeping the on-screen action from feeling stale. Being a game based on comics, Capcom has gone a long way to ensure that there's lots for fans to enjoy. Lesser-known characters such as Taskmaster and Dormammu bring some new life to the standard offerings of Spider-Man and Wolverine. With 36 characters on this roster, the scale of the game has taken a noticeable step back from 56 players in the previous installment. There are some notable exclusions as well, such as Strider and Mega Man, but at least we didn't have any filler characters like Bone Claw Wolverine. The game still has some balancing issues, especially with the Sentinel, but here's hoping that future patches will fix these problems. Each character on the roster has a unique ending after clearing the arcade mode, and these go a long way in extending the appeal of the arcade mode. But the endings are no more than 2 hand-drawn panels with text. Some of them are interesting for the fans of the characters, but after seeing the amazing opening videos show off these characters in action, the endings feel pretty lazy despite the fan service. Online play is present as well, much like any fighting game on the market today, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3's online mode offers what you'd expect. There's a ranked and players matches option, and the lobby system where the winner takes on a never-ending queue of challengers. The biggest drawback to playing in a lobby is the inability to watch the current match. Instead, you get to watch these 2 cards bounce around. Captivating. We also ran into some issues getting into a match, but hopefully those will be fixed in future patches as well. With these complaints in mind, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is simply fun to play. There are few things more satisfying than launching your opponent, pulling off an air combo, and winning the match with a super. With solid gameplay and the promise of new downloadable characters, this is definitely a game that will stay in heavy rotation with fighting game fans for years to come. Hopefully we won't have to wait another 10 years before MVC4. I give Marvel vs. Capcom 3 a 4 out of 5.
Take you